Hey everyone, this is Allie and welcome to the Common Room Chat, a weekly video series keeping you updated on all the magical happenings in the wizarding world. So with Hogwarts Legacy on the horizon, it was brought to our attention this week that there was actually a different Harry Potter game that was scrapped in the early 2000s. This game was an online multiplayer game that was being developed by EA, and after a couple years of development, they scrapped the whole project because they believed that Harry Potter did not have a very long shelf life. Now, thinking back to when I was younger, I know myself and probably a lot of you guys, when we were reading the Harry Potter books and watching the movies, we were all thinking what it would be like to be in Hogwarts, what it would be like to, go to our classes, learn how to do spells, receive our acceptance letter to Hogwarts. Since I wasn't a video gamer, the way that I immersed myself into the world was I read a lot of fan fictions, and there were even like these little forum groups that you could get on to kind of like role play being at Hogwarts. So when I was younger, that's what I was doing. That was my way to escape into the wizarding world. Ever since, growing up a little bit, watching my husband play video games, I've been telling him for probably the last 5-6 years that I wanted a game like he plays, but Harry Potter. Like an online game where you could be yourself, not one of the characters in Harry Potter, but your actual self, and do all of the magical things. And that's what this game would have been. And it just makes me think, what would my childhood have been if I would have had that outlet instead of the ones that I was using instead? And apparently this game was so far into development that they even had a beta version of the game that they were going to be sending out for people to play. Now I know this was back in the very early 2000s. They said they think it was like a time frame from 2000 to 2003. So I know that seeing that right now would probably be a lot different than the video games that we're used to. But I think that would be really cool if there's someone out there who has that beta version of the game. That way we could take a look at it and just see what would have been, what kind of world we could have seen, what kind of world we could have experienced. Apparently, they had this program that they were going to put in place where achievements or something that you would do in the game, you could get real life rewards for it. So they were going to send you prizes, or they didn't really say exactly how they were going to do it, but based on things you did in the game, real life things would be sent to you. And from the collector perspective, just imagine, think of all of the things that they had in the early 2000s related to Harry Potter and how rare and collectible they are now. It probably would have just been, small little things, but yeah, I definitely would have imagined I'd probably want them in my collection. Just personally myself, I'm a little upset. I feel like maybe if that game would have been available to me when I was younger, maybe I would have been more into video games because, I know that there were other Harry Potter games out at the time, but you were playing a character from the books. I've always wanted, to have my own experience through Hogwarts as myself. So we found out that could have maybe been possible back in the early 2000s, but sadly, they scrapped it because they didn't think that it was going to last longer than a couple of years. Yeah, it's 2022 and we're still going strong, so a little bit of a miscalculation on their part. Now moving into some book updates, we actually have 2 different kind of book-related things that were happening this week in the wizarding world. The first, which is the one that I am the most excited about, is after a kind of silent last year, we got an Instagram message or an Instagram update from Jim Kay, who is currently illustrating the Harry Potter series, letting us know Order of the Phoenix, which is the one that we're on. He's already released the first 4. So the 5th book, Order of the Phoenix, is going to be coming out for us in October of this year. I am so excited. We have been trying to, there's been some speculation of when it was going to be released, but we had not had a definitive date. So I am so excited that by the end of this year, I'm going to have book number 5. Now, if you've seen the first 4 illustrated editions, Jim Kay just does fantastic, beautiful work. But I've been so excited to see the 5th one because Jim Kay's whole kind of aesthetic is dark. That's just his thing. He does dark artwork and he does it very well. And we all know that moving from the 4th to the 5th book is like a whole different vibe in the Harry Potter universe. It gets a lot darker, a lot quicker. And so I cannot wait to see him in his element illustrating these books. I can tell you it's going to be amazing. But for anybody who is more into audiobooks, I did want to let you know that I saw an update from Pottermore. Pottermore used to be a website where you could actually purchase the complete set of Harry Potter audiobooks, and they stopped selling those back in September of last year, I believe. And they sent out an email. I believe they sent out an email letting us know that if you have purchased the audiobooks from the Pottermore website, you have until January 31st to download those to your personal computer, any personal drives you have, or they will be lost forever. But moving on to collectible updates, I did want to let you guys know that there are 3 new UNESCO statues that are available for pre-order. It says coming soon, so you can't get them yet, but I love the UNESCO statues. And as soon as I saw these, I got so excited because the 3 new ones are going to be Sirius Black with Wormtail, Professor Lupin, and then Hermione from the 3rd movie. The one that I am most excited for is Sirius, but all 3 of them look really, really nice. I love The Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, and the scenes are just really iconic. Like you see Sirius in his Azkaban uniform holding Wormtail. You see Professor Lupin from one of his lessons in Defense Against the Dark Arts. And then you see Hermione when she is behind the pumpkins at Hagrid's hut after they go back in time. So they're really, really nice scenes, and they look like they're going to be really, really good statues. So I really like UNESCO, and I'm very excited to be able to order those. And then another company that has a new product out is the jewelry company Alex and Annie. Alex and Annie are officially licensed, and they have a whole range of like bracelets and necklaces that are all based around Harry Potter. They are very well known for their Time Turner necklace and bracelet that they have, but they have a January limited edition necklace coming out. I haven't seen anywhere where they say that it won't be available after January, but they do have it listed as a January limited edition, and it is a slider necklace, so it's a silver chain with 2 charms on it, and it says after all this time, and then always. Now, you know Snape's not always my favorite, but always is such an amazing quote from the book. And so it looks really fun. Anybody who loves it might want to go take a look at that new necklace. And then the last bit of collectible news isn't on such a high note as the other 2. So you may have seen that Cine Replicas has a Nimbus 2000 replica that is a limited edition. I believe it's only limited to 10,000 items. And recently we noticed that the price seemed a bit higher. Now, if you look at their website, it says that due to logistic surcharges, I have no idea what that means, but due to the logistic surcharges, they've added $80 to the price of the broomstick. I'm not exactly sure why they've done that, but if you were looking into purchasing the Nimbus 2000 from Cine Replicas, the price has went up. But now on to subscription box updates. So starting out, we have Geek Gear announcing their brand new limited edition box. It is themed Love is in the Air, and it's going to be their Valentine's box. So if you are interested in purchasing one, they are available now. And then I wanted to give you guys a little update on LitJoy add-ons. So add-on week did close on January 10th, but if you missed out on the add-ons that you were wanting, make sure to keep an eye out on their shop. A lot of times they will put their add-ons in the shop until they sell out of them. So just keep an eye out to see if they get those added in for you. And then the last update that we have for subscription boxes today is going to be for the Wizarding Trunk. So the Keep Collecting box has started going out, and people have been receiving their boxes. Now, if you have not received your box yet, everything's been shipped, so keep an eye out this week. You probably should be receiving it within the next week or 2, depending on if you are international or not. And if you didn't get a chance to order the Keep Collecting box for yourself, make sure to check out my unboxing video here, where I am giving away a Keep Collecting box to one of you. So ending out this week, I do have one other little piece of news, but it is attached to our small shop shoutout. Our small shop shoutout is a company called the JJ, and it is where I bought my adorable little sniffing niffler. I love this little guy, and he is the only replica I have ever seen of the niffler in the iconic little butt in the air pose. I wanted to give them a shout out this week because they posted an Instagram story that they are doing pre-orders for the restock of this guy, but it's going to be their last restock ever. So if you like this little guy, or you would like a replica of him with his little butt up in the air, make sure you go check them out, because once this is gone, they are not going to have them anymore. I know I probably butchered the name of this company, but honestly, just look at this little guy. Look at how cute he is. My husband was just randomly looking up items on Etsy and saw him, and without even showing me him or telling me about him, he bought him. And then he was like, look at what I just got. And I'm so happy that he did, because honestly, it's a great little piece of work. Like, he's painted so nicely. And this is my absolute favorite part of Crimes of Grindelwald. This right here, favorite part. So, although I apologize for butchering their name, I will make sure to leave all of their information in the description, their Instagram and their Etsy page. That way, if you would like to add him to your collection, you can get him before he's gone. Alright guys, so that is all of our updates from last week in the Wizarding world. I do want to also wish a late happy birthday to Severus Snape. He might not be our favorite, but I guess everybody deserves a happy birthday. And keep an eye out on my channel this week. I'm going to have a couple videos coming out. One of them is a witchy subscription box that I thought felt pretty magical. And then I'm going to have the December Geek Gear box. So I hope that this video was able to keep you guys updated on all of last week's magical happenings. Make sure to leave a comment and let me know if there's any other information that you would like to stay updated on. As always, thank you for watching. If you would like to see more videos related to Harry Potter and the Wizarding world, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you next time in the common room.